should you summon for the Ginyu Force? That is the question we are going to try and answer here today. I like to wait a day or so before I do these because this is actually a great example of the Ginyu Force. People will be like just looking at their kits or whatever before they're actually in game and using them. They'll be like, oh, these guys are doo-doo trash. You don't want to see these guys. Don't even bother. And then they'll actually come out and people use them. And then they're like, oh my God, they're really good. They're actually amazing. So that's why I like to try and wait a little to see, you know, if I summon, I want to use them myself. And then I also want to see what other people's opinions are and see other people use them in battle before I tell you all what you should do with your CC. But should you summon on the dreaded Ginyu Force banner? So let's get some important things out of the way. If you didn't know, there are 3 new units on this banner. There is the purple Captain Ginyu melee type, the tag Raccoon and Guldo, a yellow and green defense type, and then finally a tag Jice and Birder, which is a red and blue range type unit. So we've got, you can literally run all 5 Ginyu Force units or characters in battle at the same time, which is actually pretty cool. In terms of animations, I think they actually have some really cool animations. I also have some really cool card art. Like, I really love this one. I feel like that one looks really cool. I kind of like the, I'm not as big a fan as this one. I like the kind of composition, though, of Raccoon being behind Guldo, like, lunging over the top of him type of thing. And then Ginyu's is pretty alright. Ginyu's, I feel, is just like, it's cool. It's just standard Legends. You know, I kind of like, this is like a little more dynamic, I feel. This one looks more cooler in my opinion, but they're all really cool. As for just banner value, it's actually pretty good because it's double Z power. You can see here 2 times Z power, and you're guaranteed a sparking when you do a multi. So that's a guaranteed sparking. If we look at who the sparkings are, of course, there are the 3 new ones. Our LFs are Vegito, full power Frieza, who may get a Zenkai during the celebration. You know, the celebration is not done on Namek Saga. We may get more from him. Frieza, he's a great unit on, you know, with the Go Frieza team. Fantastic, like, support type unit. Namek, who's a great bench unit, you know, with a Zenkai buff for Blue Saiyans. And then we just have everyone else. We got Mecha Frieza. Revival Frieza's been seeing some use recently with Go Frieza. Whole lot of Frieza people, and then just kind of some other ones in there. I ran Blue Beerus recently, PvP video. He did all right, but then it's just kind of like old, you know, sparkings that maybe you need another copy of or something like that. Also, as you can see here, 3 more until the free step. So there's a free step after you do 3 multis. You get a free multi. So that is pretty cool. I would say that the value for the banner is, you know, it's pretty solid. It's nothing insane. There's no ultras or, you know, some of the better LFs. This is kind of like some of the older stuff going on here. If he gets Zenkai, he could be pretty useful. And then these 2 are pretty good, you know, like support bench units. Nameku and then Frieza if you run him on like a LOE team. But the 3 units that are the most important that everyone cares about are, of course, the Ginyu Force. How good are they? So from what I've been seeing, the general consensus of people, I mean, if you just literally search on YouTube, as I did here, Ginyu Force Dragon Ball Legends, just looking at the titles, obviously the titles are going to be a little inflated because they want you to click and watch the video. But what is this combo potential? Revival Captain Ginyu is fantastic. I've been hearing fantastic things about Captain Ginyu. Garesh's title, what the fuck? This Ginyu Force team is the best in the game. Then there's, you know, a bunch of summoned ones. But for the most part, I've been seeing that people are just really high on the Ginyu Force and thinking they're really good. Specifically, Captain Ginyu. And I actually fought Captain Ginyu. This is from my stream last night. I was fighting Goldie, which you can see is currently ranked 7th in the world because Goldie's a super tryhard. Love you, Goldie. But I was fighting Goldie, and he was using Captain Ginyu, as well as Jason Birder, or however you pronounce his name, whatever. And there was a moment, I'll put it up there, where Captain Ginyu just was going on a combo. When Ginyu revives, it's absolutely nuts. You can get 3 times card draw speed when you pop his main ability, and man just keeps going. His green card gives him the key too, so you keep getting greens. You can just keep the combo going. Just keep using cards and cards and cards and cards and cards and cards, and just have an insanely long combo with him. Now, it may not be necessarily like, I've only fought like low star ones. I haven't fought any 14 star ones. So maybe at 14 stars, he does like crazy nuts damage. I don't know. I haven't seen that. But this man absolutely can just continue combos. Obviously, the longer your combo goes, the more combo compensation comes in and you do less damage as you use more cards. But still, man just keeps going and going and going and going. It's crazy. Also, I know with Captain Ginyu, a lot of people were worried because there's like a 30% chance he revives, as you can see here, when he loses his health. And if he doesn't revive, he gets turned into the frog and you just, like, he dies. He doesn't revive. But it's super easy to increase that. He's got so many things in his kit. If you run him with 2 other Ginyu Force or Frieza Saga members, he gets plus 10% per, so that's plus 20% added to his 30. You're at 50% chance now. Then if you literally do a Vanishing Step with him, you get plus 15%. So now we're up to 65% on things that are super easy to do. If you lose a teammate before Ginyu, dies, that's plus 30%. So if you add in all the other things, you're at 95% chance if you just lose one teammate. So that again. And if you don't want to lose teammates, if you pop his main ability, you get plus 20%. Now we're up to an 85% chance. It's really easy for him to revive into Goku. Actually, in all the ones I fought yesterday, I did not have a single time where he turned into the frog. I was rooting for it because I really wanted to see the animation be hilarious, but I did not see it happen. It seems like he's just always reviving, unless you don't use him like at all in battle. Like the first time you sub him in and you have him with no Ginyu Force teammates, you just sub him in and throw him in like front of a Ultra Vegito Blue ult, and he just dies without main ability or sidestepping or literally anything. Then maybe, yeah, he'll become the frog, but it's not really that big of a worry from what I've seen. So overall, it seems Ginyu is considered the best, and that's the feeling I got from fighting him, as well as the other. I fought all of them. I fought Raccoon and Guldo, and I fought Jason Birder. So I fought all of them in PvP yesterday, and Ginyu definitely feels like the best, just because when he revives into Goku, he can just combo for so long, as I talked about. Then I'd say second best is Jason Birder. They did some real big blast damage against me. I was fighting some ones that were not even like 3 stars, not even high star, and they were putting in absolute damage on some of my units who were like 14 stars, and it's impressive what they do with their blast attack. They also have an insanely cool blue card. I love how their blue card is animated. It's sick. But the general consensus I've seen from other people as well is that they're the second best. And then Raccoon and Guldo. Now, part of that, I think, is because of how many red and purple units you see in battle, with Ultra Vegito Blue and Go Frieza still being the best 2 units in the game. They're not knocked off by Ginyu. But this kind of suffers from that. Like, I was fighting someone, they swapped in Raccoon, and I swapped in Vegito Blue. Decimated. So I think that's part of it. Also, their defense type. They don't seem to be bad. They're just not necessarily like amazing or anything. They're just like, they're a solid unit, I think is a great way to say that. I've been seeing people put Ginyu in their top 10, just about like after one day. It's a little, I'm sure people will change their minds or whatever and cement him a little better. But I've been seeing people put Ginyu in like top 10. I'm seeing Jason Birder in like top 15. And then Raccoon and Guldo in the general like top 20-ish. That's been kind of the theory, the feels I've been getting from people. They're not the best units in the game, but they're definitely a solid team. They're a fun team. They have some cool, fun animations. I really like this banner. I like that this is not like the normal Saiyan or big-time villain or the hype thing. It's not another Goku Black. I love Goku Black. But we don't need every unit to fight in PvP be Goku Black. I like that we have something a little bit different. I feel like that's nice and fresh for the meta. It can get boring seeing just the same people over and over and over. So ultimately, with all of this, should you summon? Well, if you like the Ginyu Force, go for it. 1,010%. If you're not necessarily a huge Ginyu Force fan, maybe a skip. I think that's really what this comes down to, because they're solid. They're definitely some good units, but they're not like, oh my god, Ginyu is unstoppable. You need Ginyu or you can't win in PvP. I mean, that's kind of obvious since they're not like an LF or Ultra, and they kind of save that for LF and Ultras. But this banner does go away on September 6th, so you have plenty of time. I think we'll probably get another banner before then that will probably be like an LF, whether it's like an LF Vegeta or Goku or Frieza or something else from the Namek Saga. I think that is something entirely likely that we'll be seeing. So if you want to wait and hold on to your CC, you can 1,000,000% do that. And then if whatever comes out doesn't entice you as much as the Ginyus and you want to summon on the Ginyus at that point, there you go. Go for it. Again, double Z power, sparking guaranteed. They are not LFs or Ultras, so again, they have a higher chance. They're 1%ers. That's a very good chance in terms of Legends to pull the unit. So yeah, if you want to summon for the Ginyus, 1,000,000% go for it. If you're not a fan of the Ginyus, skip. Nothing too big. I feel like this one really just comes down to if you like the Ginyus, then do it. Otherwise, you don't. They're solid units, but they're not meta changing. They don't shake the meta up and completely rewrite everything. Like Vegito Blue and Go Frieza are bums now compared to Ginyu. No, but they're definitely a solid team. You can have fun with them. You can definitely win with them. So that's my thoughts for you all. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like. Let me know if you summoned for the Ginyus. Let me know what you got in the comments down below. If you didn't summon, what are you saving your CC for? I'm interested to hear that. But that's gonna do it for me. I hope y'all are having the best day, staying happy and healthy, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.